Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. My name is Natalie Sadie, and isn't available to help me today. So I am doing this live on my own. It's going up immediately on YouTube, and it will be up on High Vibe a little bit later tonight because when I am done with this, I am running out to go to a dance class. I hope that you are all well. I apologize that this is a day later than it normally is. Yesterday, just kicked my ass. I did not stop all day. And by the time my day ended, it was far too late to be able to give you a good reading where I was actually able to channel what's going on and what I need to. So we are going to get started with the messages from Spirit Oracle. It's a Mahrukh deck. We know I love starting with Mahrukh. So let's get into this. All right, so first card out is New Life, Birth Conception. New life is on its way. Will be like a surge of fresh energy infusing your projects, work, and creative concepts with electrifying potential. Luck is definitely on your side. So we see birth and conception, and we immediately think of a child. And while that is highly possible, there are probably a number of you out there that may be trying to start a family or about to start a family. For those of you who aren't, or who that chapter of your life has already been and gone, it could be that there's a new business venture. There is something new that is being conceived and coming into this world. And it's an incredibly exciting moment when you're at the beginning of something, because the possibilities that lay out before you are unlimited. And that's so incredibly exciting. So whatever it is you're thinking of starting, this could be the perfect week to actually jump in and do that. Next card out is observation, evaluation, and vigilance. Stay alert and observant of others' behaviors as well as your own, and be prepared to protect yourself from those who may have ulterior motives. Weigh your actions and make sure you act wisely. So if you are ready to launch something new, or you're beginning something new, maybe there's talk with a partner of doing something with them, just pay attention. If your gut is telling you that something is off and this isn't right, listen to that. And just in general in your life, pay attention to those around you and how their behavior is in regard to the things that are going on for you. The flash that I'm getting in my mind is when I went off and I did The Bachelor Australia, there were people that before I went into the house were super excited and supportive. And I thought these people would be my biggest cheerleaders. And there were a few of them that, oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how horrible these people were. They picked me apart worse than I picked myself apart. I am my own worst critic. And I remember there was a point where I just went, I don't think these people are my friends. And it's the most awful feeling. But pay attention to that behavior. Pay attention to the people that aren't actually supporting you, who are constantly tearing you down and telling you, pardon me, that you can't, or it won't be possible for you to get to where you need to go. Because you know what? Nobody needs that negativity in your life. If there is a solid reason for them trying to point something out and make you think about things, there is a difference between that and people just trying to cut you down. So this is where you have to have a little discernment and be clear about what is actually going on. But just take the time to pay attention to what is happening. The offer, proposal, and invitation. New opportunities are available to you now. The choice is now yours to grab hold of these opportunities and make it the most auspicious moment while it is abundant and potential. So these cards are really positive with all the things that are possible. And I think with the fact that we've got the New Life card and the offer, there are things that are just moving in the right direction, and going to where it will be successful. So pay attention to all of these steps and the things that are coming forward, I feel like whatever it is that you are bringing into this world, it's going to be absolutely a wonderful, a wonderful chapter and a wonderful new adventure to go on. Two cards just jumped out. The first one being mentor, teacher, wise counsel. Your ancestors no longer want you to walk this path alone. They are guiding you to connect with the right people who can provide valuable support as you navigate through this next chapter of your adventure. So I don't know if what you're trying to create is coming, you feel like you have to do it alone or you don't have a choice but to do it alone. And especially if you're observing people that are maybe not on your team or on your side the way they should be, but there are people coming in or there are people already around you, maybe they're not the closest to you, that can help you and support you in what it is you're creating and what you're wanting to do. So one, you can ask for help if you need it. You can ask for guidance. I mean, we all do. We all lean on different people to help us grow in different areas of our life. So don't be afraid to reach out. And people are more excited about helping others out than what we sometimes realize. The other thing is, if when you're observing, you're needing to step away from somebody or whatever it is you're trying to create, it's like that's not the right person to do it with. Creating that space is going to bring somebody in, but we all need mentors and to help us grow and become experts in our field and to help us level up. And there are times where we outgrow those mentors and we need somebody new, or just our journey together is over. But it feels like there is somebody that is either there ready to be able to step in and fill that role for you, or somebody coming in. And the next card that came out is Gold Coin, prosperity and success. We are here to bring you healing energy to help you overcome any barriers from the past that might be hindering your ability to openly receive abundance and prosperity in the present. So again, the entire universe and the other side is totally on your side and wanting you to succeed, and will do everything it can to help you get there. So jump into this and trust what is happening, and just know that the other side is cheering you on and supporting you in every way possible. So last card from this deck is provocation, anger and annoyance. Discover how to turn your anger into a powerful ally. Explore methods to express your emotions constructively and convert your anger into a driving force for empowerment and motivation. I love this card because when I was younger and I had people telling me when I was modeling, you can't do this. And there was this one agent who just hated me. He didn't want to take me on. And this was before the days of social media. I'm showing my age. Before the days of social media and what numbers you had mattered. And you were always at the mercy of what these agents said. If an agent said, yes, you can do this and we want to take you on, and then you had their support, and that was amazing. But if an agent said no and nobody would take you on, you were never going to really get anywhere. And I had all these people that were saying I needed to be with a particular modeling agency. It was one of the big three in Melbourne. And I felt like that was the agent for me. And the head guy just said no. And I asked for feedback and he wouldn't give it to me. He just chastised me for daring to question his decision on the matter. And the day he left the agency, somebody came and found me and said, hey, you have to go back in there. He's just left. And I went and they signed me that day, and I had an incredible career. I had incredible movement through my career from that day forward. And so my whole thing was, most people, when they get that no, would say, okay, it's never going to happen. I tried and it didn't work. I sat there and thought, how dare you say no to me? How dare you say no to something that I know I'm meant to be doing? And so I became more determined than ever that not only would I have the career that I eventually had, but that I would do it with that agent representing me. And it wasn't him that was representing me, it was the agent. And so you have to look at the no's and the knocks that you get as a way to feed you and make you more determined. The other thing is the no's make you, like I always talk about with when hurdles are presented in front of us, they make us reevaluate and look at a different strategy to get to where it is we need to go. So use any anger or frustration or annoyance that you have in that way rather than letting it eat at you and destroy what's going on. Okay, so we are pulling a couple of cards from the Guiding Angels Oracle. First one is Spirit Contact. Answer the call of your ancestors to connect to their wisdom and receive their support. I mean, it's clear from these first cards that we pulled that the other side is supporting you in every way, shape, and form. And if you're not getting the messages, maybe you need to ground a little more. Maybe you need to pay attention a little more because they're always sending us messages. It's whether we are ready to receive, but just also trusting that they're there and guiding us and supporting us is a huge part of that. So trust that. Second card out is no rush. Put your heart into it, but don't rush. There are valuable lessons along the way that will prepare you for the future. So the conception of whatever is coming into your life, I mean, if it let's hypothetically say if it was a child, it's 9 months from conception to being able to meet that child in the real world. And there is obviously a journey of pregnancy along the way as this baby grows and kicks and starts developing and you go for the scans and all the things. Just know that if it's the birthing of a concept, a birthing of something that you're creating, it doesn't need to happen immediately. So maybe this week it's not all going to come to fruition, but the concept is there. And then you're setting up your team to, and I say team, I don't necessarily mean the team you're going to be working with, but your team of supporters, the team of people that are around you that are going to cheer you on, support you as you find your way through this, and just guide you, mentor you, cheer you on, do all the things to help you get to your ultimate goal. So just know it's not, it all has to happen this week or it's not going to work. This is about the beginning, the very first inception of something. And a little while ago, it came out that scientists have done these studies, and it turns out that when there is conception within the human body, there actually is a flash of light when the sperm meets the egg and they merge and conception happens. So just know that this week might just be about that light flash and the beginning of that thing, which is going to be incredible. And the final card from this deck is Conflicting Desires. When the choice is hard, follow your heart. The desires will stop fighting, and your desires will stop fighting against one another. So maybe you're feeling torn in two different directions. Do you stay where you are and, the path of least resistance? If you've watched the monthly oracle reading that I did, that's under the live stream on this channel because I didn't have time to record it and edit it and do all the things I needed to get it done so I could get down to the studio to do full disclosure. But there was a lot about transformation in the readings. We did pick a pile. But if you're questioning and you don't know which path to go, this is where you need to trust your gut, and you're in a wisdom about where it is you're meant to be. And sometimes the path of least resistance ultimately is not the path of least resistance. So make sure you follow your gut. And even if the path that is calling to you, if you look at it, it looks harder, it looks more difficult, it doesn't mean that it is. Sometimes these things are an illusion so that the universe can see whether we're going to pass or fail the test. So just keep that in mind. And we're finishing with the Sword of Light Oracle by Radleigh Valentine. I do love these cards. Okay. So the final bit of wisdom that we're getting is be a light to others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. So when I talked about trusting your gut and trusting your soul and which if especially if you're conflicted, you're meant to be leading people. You're meant to be showing people the way, and the only way to do that isn't by talking, it's by actually doing. So be the light to other people, because remember, if you're finding someone who's a mentor to you, that's great. They're happy to be there. They're happy to provide that for you energetically. But ultimately, at some point, you're going to be called to help somebody else through something similar on their journey as they're starting out, or as they're sort of getting lost along the way. So be the be the leader, be the light, live true to who you are and what your inner calling is, because ultimately it's not only going to serve you, it's going to serve all of those people around you, those who are in your life now and those who are maybe not there yet, but are coming in time. So I hope this resonates with some of you, if not all of you. As I always say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. For those of you that haven't watched the monthly reading for May, I suggest you go and have a look at that. And everyone that's watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for supporting me on this platform, and everyone on High Vibe. I apologize that this is being posted a little bit later, but I have to make the class that I am heading to. So this will be up in just a couple of hours' time. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I will see you Friday if you're on High Vibe. For full disclosure, we'll be in the studio, and I will be back here on Monday for next week's Weekly Oracle Wisdom.